This is Christopher Smith with a Liberty Minute.
Hello, America. Here they come. Haven't you heard the junkets from Obama? Haven't you heard the quaint little interruptions in his stumping rhetoric about tea parties? He interrupted his town hall with one. He had a little press junket on MSNBC. That got interrupted with stabs at the Tea Party. Folks, we're ticking people off, and it's for sound reason. But logic asks one question. What are they going to come after us with? We don't have candidates that have actually been in office yet. Just elected candidates who support the Tea Party. Sure, we just got through a spate of primaries, mine included. The Tea Parties have experienced some fantastic victories with the candidates that they have supported. With John Dennis versus Nancy Pelosi in Northern California. We've got Sharon Engel versus Harry Reid in Nevada. We've got Christy O'Donnell versus Chris Coons in Delaware, in old Futterbinker Joe's backyard. And we have Colonel Allen West in Florida with his race as well. So we have done well this far. But if we don't have a track record, what are they actually worried about? I think we could pretty much dismiss all the name calling they've done in their little Acme Defer to Terrorist book for little political upstarts. Well, you can dismiss that. None of it's had any effect because we don't have a record. They're shouting and spitting in the wind, and on November 2nd, it's more than likely going to come back to hurt them big time. But let's talk about what they're really upset about. They're really upset because Tea Party people are constitutionalists. This is the one thing they are forsworn to absolutely negate. They hate the Constitution. Why? Because it's 17 pages of clarity they cannot undermine. They can ignore, but cannot change. Constitutionalists will stick to the rule of law, which means if there is a large enough majority and these people are strong enough to grab a caucus on the Hill, which they're automatically going to have Republicans, and they may garner some blue dogs, this means the vitamin A, or should we say accountability, is going to come down the pipe. And this is the thing they are scared to death of. Someone holding them legally liable for their actions under color of authority. That's what this is about. Look at Barack Obama and his hand-picked crony, Eric Holder. There's only one jackass that could have ever held that seat, and he was cherry-picked for a specific reason. Folks, simply put, Eric Holder is establishing a new lowered standard. Janet Reno was bad enough. This guy is 100 times worse. Why? Because he doesn't care about the law. He wants to send a message to street corner thugs that go ahead and do what you're going to do. You're not going to pay a price for it. And it's that simple. He failed to prosecute the most obvious voter intimidation case I could think of with the new Black Panther Party in that case in Philadelphia. One case that liberals are definitely eyeing that he let skate was the Yahoo email invasion case, the hacker case against Sarah Palin. That was an open and shut case of electioneering. This kid should have been doing 24 years. But since the left uses hackers to advance their cause, they were very worried about this. Okay, white collar crime is how liberals advance their cause. Okay, so they definitely wanted no kind of enforcement on that because they want, again, reinforce. You do dirt for us, you're not going to pay a price for it. This, folks, we can no longer afford to tolerate. Eric Holder stepped to a new lower standard. Why? Because his hardcore supporters are in the hood, selling crack, selling weed. And so what is he doing? Not enforcing the law for these folks. They're either shortening the jail terms and the sentences, or they're changing the arrest points and procedures for these people. There's going to hardly be any penalty for these people to pay at all. So if you sell crack and distribute it, you're not going to pay a penalty, really. And weed, oh my goodness, certainly there's going to be a slap on the wrist. This is intolerable. But this is who we have. This is the worst nightmare. This is the worst episode of the Boondocks I could think of. We have Huey in the White House and Riley in the Attorney General's office. Folks, what would Aaron McGruder call this? According to his Boondocks cartoon, this is an open and shut case of a moment. So
What the you trying to say?
Yep, plain and simple. Well, I hate to put it to you straight, but no true word spoken. Thug days in thug ways, and that's that simple. We got two thugs, one in the White House, one in the Attorney General's office. These guys were put here on purpose and to advance a cause intentionally. Fortunately, we can thank guys who inadvertently help draw a little distinction here and a little clarity for us. So, hands up to Chris Rock, who I usually never agree with and occasionally can find a point to agree with Aaron McGruder here, but they've driven a line between purposeful, productive citizens and or a complete waste of airspace on the other side of the political fence. Folks, our nation and our laws protect what you are, not who you become. I've said it a million times. And the minute you start living your life for your skin color instead of with it, you get what we see going on right now. And folks that think they can browbeat you into the corner of political submission simply based on the color of your skin. That's not what our framers wanted, and frankly, that's not even common sense. What do you think? I'm Christopher Smith for the Liberty Rant.